Let's interrupt. Let's interrupt the lies. Let's interrupt the silence. Let's interrupt the cycle. Because trafficking and exploitation does not appear out of nowhere. It grows quietly in the spaces where nobody's paying attention. I'm Shari Evans with Project Light, and this month we're going to talk about what does it look like to be interrupters. But before we can understand how to interrupt the cycle, we need to really truly understand what it is. Project Light. Light stands for Let's Interrupt Growing Human Trafficking. So, human trafficking, like all other forms of exploitation, actually is a cycle that people get caught in. And once they're caught in that cycle, it's really difficult to pull them out. So our mission is to interrupt that cycle before it ever begins. That cycle keeps going for a few simple reasons: lies, silence, and isolation. Lies distort the truth and make exploitation look normal. Silence keeps people from asking questions, and isolation prevents people from getting the resources that they truly need. Isolation keeps people from having support. And traffickers, they depend on all three. But exploitation loses its power when people begin to interrupt those patterns. When a teacher notices that something's not quite right, that there's something off, and when parents start asking better questions, when businesses train their employees to know what to look for, and when churches and community leaders create safe spaces and strong policies. Here at Project Light, our work is all about interrupting the cycle before it grows. We do that by working with young people, building protective factors in their life, helping them to understand what healthy relationships look like, and that their value and their identity is not negotiable. We do that by training educators, first responders, businesses, churches, the community at large to recognize the signs and then to empower them to do something about it. And by building partnerships with educators, law enforcement, partner agency, and local leaders so that not one of us has to do this work alone. Because prevention works best when the whole community is engaged. Over the next few weeks, we're going to talk about what it looks like to interrupt those patterns that allow exploitation to grow. But today, I want to leave you with this thought. You don't have to be an expert to be an interrupter. You have to just be somebody who's willing to notice, ask questions, and step in. So, let's be interrupters. I want to invite you to join us this month as we look at interrupting the silence, interrupting the lies, and interrupting the isolation. I want to invite you to come back this month and learn more about what it means to be an interrupter.